I'm in the zone. If you always ready, you ain't gotta get ready. We in the zone. Great man said that. Great man said that. I hear they asking what time is it? Well, it's game time. I ain't shooting no shots, I'ma bang mine. Talking about 3 deep on the baseline. Everybody just be looking at the hang time. Off the hook, bro, I'm the Sandman. Up the bat, you can really hear the fans chant. Watch the pitch, bout to split like Van Damme. Ain't for the fence, cause I'm going for the grand slam. I can't settle for less, cause people owe me.
Building, man, in his own podcast. You know what it is, they Rich, co-host.
My mom.
Shout out to Mama Wanda, we love you.
Hey.
You want to introduce yourself or you want me to introduce you?
Oh, you can introduce me.
That's crazy. That's what he I knew he was going to say that. It's my guy. Guy Rock. I don't give out governments unless they want to. It's my guy Rock. We go way back since high school. I wouldn't even realize I've been knowing you that long until I thought about it. Like,
it's been about 11 years.
It's been a little minute. Yeah, it's been a little minute. That's crazy when you think about it. But it's my guy. So he actually brought up this topic. We're going to talk about entrepreneurship and black businesses, primarily black businesses. We can talk about the other side if they want, but I'm on one side.
But what side are you on? Oh, that's
I'm on this.
We're all on that side.
Yeah.
So to introduce myself, to go further from what Isaiah was saying, my name is Jared Robinson. I own part owner of a company called Jackson & Robinson LLC. We specialize in 3 different services. All 3 of them are mobile. We do detailing, automotive, and we do tire service. So it's a mobile tire service. We go to people's houses, or if they're stranded and we fix their tires, we mount and balance them, or if they just want to get a new set of tires or used, we put them on the cars. And we have a power washing service that's seasonal. We go from March to November. And we do power washing, commercial and residential. So, yeah, actually, Dave and Isaiah were actually 2 of my customers. Isaiah's been a supporter for a very long time. When I was in the pandemic, when it first started, when I decided to venture off and actually pursue my entrepreneurship, Isaiah was actually my first customer. So I was out here, right in the parking lot.
Facts.
Getting to it.
Damn sure
I
was.
was thinking you did wifey car, right?
Yeah,
he did a wifey car. Yeah, Heavy Mike told me he was doing it. I had already known he was doing. He was working at Mannheim, right?
Yeah, I was at Mannheim
for a little minute.
For 5-6 years.
Yeah, and I knew it was detailing cars, so I know you know how to detail cars. So I'm real big on if you around me and you got some kind of business, and I'm cool with you. You're gonna be the first person I think about. Like, as you can see, I'm real supportive of black business entrepreneurship because fuck that job. I really believe in that.
You gotta live by it.
For real, because we gotta start putting money in our own community. So I'm real big on that. Shout out to Straight Lace. I got one. I probably going to buy some merch. Straight Lace on IG. So anytime anybody mention it can be anything about a car, cleaning, tire change, I hit Rock up like, bro, you do this? You're like, yeah. I'm gonna send my mans to you. My mom want her this, want this done, want that done.
And it's highly appreciated because it just comes down to having a support system at first, because it takes a lot of courage to actually go out on your own and fulfill something, because what hurts a lot is having self-doubt. And if you have self-doubt, you know, that can kind of like become like a symbiote and take over you, and you have these questions. You're questioning, well, what if this happens, or maybe if I can't do this. But you know, once you start having like a consistent supporting base, it's more of a crush to lean on, because you're like, all right, now, you know,
I know it can be done.
I know it can be done.
At least on a small scale.
Yeah, on a small, yeah, exactly, on a small scale of things. Like, these people look forward for me to do these things, and I know they'll pay me, because every time I've done a job for any of people who supported me, they've never asked for a discount, and that's big. You know what I mean? And I think that, like, that is the biggest thing with our community. That's it's unsaid, that everybody's always like looking for a discount, and like I've noticed it a lot dealing with like being in the black business and having to have customers of my own ethnicity, that everybody's always looking for like a discount, like, oh, you know, my prices usually go for, like, for $150 for a detail, which are not You're not
crazy.
It's not
That's
crazy.
good. That's good
It's
prices.
a reasonable price
That's a
compared to
good
going to a
price.
dealership and paying $220.
Yeah.
So then you have people like, oh, they're asking me 1,000 questions. Oh, what do you do? What do you do? Like, what does this entail for paying this amount of money? And I tell them, and they're still questioning like, oh, well, that's kind of steep. I don't have that. You think you can cut it to 120? And that's kind of discouraging because now you're disrespecting my craft.
Yeah.
You know, my effort and the time that I'm putting out to do this, and now you're trying to lowball me on it. Whereas though, if you would go somewhere else to do it, you wouldn't be having that conversation. You know what I'm saying?
It's a recognized business.
Exactly. If Comcast is coming to you and telling you that Comcast bill is $220, you're not questioning Comcast.
Steep.
Oh, it's steep. You can't bring it down. Like, nah.
You're not questioning.
Yeah,
Comcast.
pay Comcast.
Comcast got me fucked up.
No, fuck Comcast.
224.
But you know what I mean. You're still gonna pay that bill.
Nah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the issues that I've been running into. And like, there's a lot of rumors that go around with like black businesses. They have bad customer service and stuff like
We're gonna
that.
get into that. We're going.
You want to get into that now?
No, I kind of I was letting you go through your soliloquy
Yeah.
and shit.
So,
So
like-
I wanted to stop at I wanted to kind of pause at the discount thing. So I got a good number of friends, including yourself, that have things that they do, trades that they do, that they require funds to be given to them for, including my cameraman.
Shout out to
Shout out to my cameraman Josh.
Got you.
So he shot our engagement photos. He wanted to do it for free. I've been knowing Josh for a long time. That's little bro. I said, nah, bro. I don't, cause I'm real big on paying for services. You have a business you're running. Your photography,
Time.
your videography, and cinematography, and your time. That costs business. That it costs you to go get the SD cards for the camera, to bring all of this stuff down. It's gonna cost you gas to go to a spot we want the photos shot at. It's gonna take you 30 minutes to an hour for us to get this done. That's the easy part. Then you gotta go home, edit these photos. I done took intro to photography classes, intro to video classes. That shit is tedious. That shit takes a lot of time. So that's once you do that, that's another 3-4 hours of your time doing that. And then you want me to ask you for a discount? Let you do this for free? Nah. How much you charge? For you, some people say for you, nah. How much you charge?
Yeah, straight up, right? How you feel?
That's it.
about
How much you charge?
I never asked for a discount.
that? Never, right?
I
Yeah.
never, even when at a regular store, I asked for a discount.
For what, right? What do you,
Because
The
if I
price is
really
the
want
price.
it, I'm gonna pay for it. It don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that I really want don't come with a discount, so it's like.
and in
you gotta
reality,
charge that to the game.
anything with like, there's, I feel like if you get something for a discount or something, there's always something behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're paying, like if you get something on clearance, you know why it's on clearance. Like,
Trash.
you know what I mean? Like, you know why those Nike cleats are at Ross compared to going to the Nike store and getting regular cleats. You know what I mean? But that's really important.
Or outdated.
Yeah, or outdated. But it's very important that you understand that, because as a a business owner, that's important, because we have gas, you have employees, you have overhead you have to pay for chemicals, and replenishing what you use and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't put that into consideration. Like, you have to really take time and to go through all those photos and buy new batteries and buy SD cards and use up space on your laptop. And
New lenses.
yeah.
Maybe buy a hard drive so you can store more shit. So it's a lot that go into it. Like with you, it's the time and the effort that you're putting into it.
Yeah.
And then it's anything that's like like a mom and pop store. It's always a little bit more love and dedication to it than going to like a franchise. Because at that point, it's automated. The business runs itself.
Yeah, it runs itself.
So at that point, a lot of the better qualities you got when you started goes down. Because now it's just about how many customers can we get and keep this efficient.
Well, you're not even a customer,
Efficient.
you're a number.
Exactly.
They're not going to, nobody's going to be like, oh, well, because like, oh, I know Isaiah, he likes this, having this way and that way, and he wants it this certain way, and it's like every time he comes, he's going to get the same way because of me knowing my customer, compared to being some big type of corporation, and you're just, customer 00753.
It's true.
And
Or customer that paid $29.99.
yeah,
So it's
just,
not. It's,
yeah.
it's a little different. Plus, I'm big on because black people own about less than 2% of money in this country, as far as business wise. We don't
crazy
own
stat.
anything. We don't own anything in this country. So if you have a business, I'm paying full price. My guy who did my logo, he wanted to do it for free. I told him, nah, like, how much you charge? Don't give me no discount. I told him off the rip, don't give me no discount. Just tell me the price. I got it. Just tell me the price and I'm gonna pay it. Cause I don't do the discount thing because you only trying to give me a discount, which I appreciate. I'm cool. I'm a solid person. You want to give me a discount because the relationship? Nah, it's personal relationship is over here. Business is over here.
Oh yeah, it's always
separate.
It's separate.
It's always
Personal
separate.
and business are two separate things, and a lot of people don't
realize
understand
that.
And
Realize
that's why you
Take
don't mix
advantage of it.
friendships and family with money, because those two things, they don't go hand in hand. And even with like, it's like back to favors. It's something truly a favor, because if you do something for somebody, they're going to bring it back up. They're going to be like, oh well, that one time I looked you out, like now I need that, and it's
all
like
it takes is one time.
that's it. And it could be unspoken.
Mm-hmm.
It could be an unspoken thing, but like I'd rather just do something for somebody. Like I catch it as a loss every time. Like if I'm going out my way and doing something for somebody, I'm never expecting anything back. If I get something back from it, so be it. But you know, anytime I lend somebody money, I write that off. Like, oh, you need $10? I'm not getting that $10 back.
Yeah.
Because that's the way I look at that. I'm real big on doing that when it comes to money. I don't think money is worth losing. Friendships. Definitely when you got solid friends and people you got around you that you know like really care about you. I don't think money is worth losing that. So I give you money. That's just. I'm looking at my account. I can afford to lose that. Yeah.
But
because if you can't give it back.
But don't you also think in that kind of situation, there's a type of conversation or like wordplay that goes into it? So if someone says, all right, yo, Santos, let me borrow $25, I'll get it back to you Thursday, right? And Thursday comes around, I don't pay you. Friday comes around, I don't pay you. Next week, I don't pay you.
Yeah.
But if I knew I wasn't going to pay you from the rip,
I
could have just said,
yeah. I think
let me get you $25. But now...
But usually that one sentence usually is what would sway a yes or a no.
Depends.
Depends.
Because...
Depends. I take that as...
Because now you're mad at me because I'm saying, yo, like...
Nah, but...
What happened? You said Thursday.
Right.
Oh, I'm fucked up. Blah, 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 blah. All right, I got you. I understand that. You're my man. So you should have told me that from the rip.
Facts.
I gave it to you. So
I
I take that as you just not a man of your word.
Yeah.
So if you say you're gonna pay me back this day and you don't, cool. Now I know.
Yeah. Because you know, back in the
I
day,
don't got it.
That's where word is bond came from.
I don't need the money back, but next time you ask for something,
I don't got it.
I got $2,000 in my account. I don't got it.
Broke.
I can't afford that right now. Because if you're gonna tell me you're gonna pay me back again, and I know just that language alone is gonna be like, nah,
I can't
So
trust.
It's just it's that. It's a trust thing. It's a respect thing.
It's
like,
a respect.
If I give any of y'all money, if I give Dave money, Josh money, I know like, all right, here. They know from rip when you want this back. Come on, bro. You know better than that. I don't need that back. They gonna ignore it. All right. Couple days later, come on my phone, bro. I'm sending you that 20 back.
Yeah.
They done did it. So I'm sending you that back. I only want it back, but they send it back.
That's why communication is key.
That's what I'm saying. I can respect that, but off the rip, the first thing they gonna ask me is when do you want that back? That communication right there is like, all right. So then, if you ask me that question, then I tell you I don't need it back.
Yeah.
If you pay me back or not, I'm not offended because I told you, I put it out there. I don't want it back. It's cool. That's just you said you needed it. I'm able to give it to you, and I'm able to lose that money if I never give it back.
Gotcha.
The money rotates.
You ever been in a situation like that?
Well, where I gave somebody money and I didn't get it back?
And they said they was gonna give it to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, easy.
Absolutely. I won't say what family member, but yeah.
Oh, nah.
We ain't gonna drop names, but we just
We ain't gonna get Santos. So.
Yeah, but in business, it's something that you can't afford to do, especially when you're a small business.
But also in business, I feel like favors are important.
They are.
Other entrepreneurs.
Well, other entrepreneurs,
because
like
you're doing a favor for a favor.
Exactly.
All right, you know, I do this for you. In return, you share my post, or if anybody comes to you wanting tires,
correct.
You send them to me, and if anybody comes to me wanting shirts, I'm gonna send them.
Yeah,
to you.
it all comes back to the circle.
So it's like you build those business relationships because it's based on give and take.
Like me doing this for you right now, I don't benefit anything from it right now, but down the road, I could possibly benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? You have to look into it as that because everybody's trying to capitalize. I don't care what you say. Everybody's trying to get something out of something. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to gain from an action. It's selfish, but that's just the way America is.
That's everything. Even the relationships you cultivate. Like,
Yeah.
you keep people around you for a specific reason. You either make me laugh, you motivate me, you inspire me, you somebody I can count on. It's always something that's real big that you always want to get what you put out back. And the people you keep around you and the shit you keep around you, you can tell like what kind of individual people are.
That falls into energy.
Oh yeah.
What type of energy you give off. And it's hard to separate sometimes that personal and business life. You know what I mean? Because if you're going through something personal, you know, you cannot let that affect your work life. So if I'm having a dispute at home, I can't come into the office and let that negative energy affect what I have with my coworkers or with my partner or even my customers.
Right.
Because, all right,
Bad customer service.
Bad customer service.
On the upcoming business.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like, all right, boom, me and my girls had an argument. I'm in the car driving, a customer calls me. I can't be on the phone like, hello? What you want? Nah, I'm not there right now. Like, nah, you gotta.
Oh, no, you're gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, you gotta woosah.
Let me go down and pay the extra 70 because I'm one of them people.
Yeah, you know what I mean? All it takes is one time. You can have 100 good reviews. One bad review, that's going to be the one that people are going to pay attention to. That one bad star.
Especially for black people.
Oh, for black people, we're already behind.
Especially for black businesses.
You know?
And that's why, like, I had cut you off earlier because I know you was about to go into, like, you know, the stigma of black businesses. I have a huge issue with that because we have this stigma of black businesses don't open it up on time. Black businesses don't give good customer service. I have a lot of friends who own their own black businesses that do the opposite. But because we don't have as many, we don't give black businesses the chance. So if a black business make a mistake, oh, I'm done. I'm never going back.
Same thing with black quarterbacks.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm done. I'm never going back to that place. They did this. I'm never going back. But
you go to McDonald's.
How many times did McDonald's fuck your order up? And they always fuck some shit up. But you're gonna go back the next week and get that same McDouble with the large fry and sweet tea.
Yeah. But God forbid,
Aunt May go down and order there and you
and
order fucking fried chicken,
and they forget your sweet potatoes,
mac and cheese and sweet potatoes, and forget your sweet potatoes and make it green beans. You gonna be see that's why niggas always fucking up. Alright, I'm done with them. But the food good.
The food's great.
Food great, but you mad if they made one little mistake because they had a human effect, huh? Oh
Hey.
shit!
Yeah.
You gonna ask me that in the middle of the episode?
I mean, you should have thought about that before you asked me.
I just forgot it was supposed to be later.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Okay, pause.
We can't pause no episode.
Oh, that's.
You can pause the episode.
You can pause it.
I thought so.
You
I
can't
mean,
pause no
you can
episode in the
edit
middle of
stuff,
the
right?
Josh trying to be a favor, bro.
I'm
rolling. Come on, bro. It take about 5 minutes.
Wow.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Josh, you're responsible. Dang.
It's alright.
Come on, Josh got me, man.
I got him. I just restarted the time, so I got time.
A couple minutes.
Wow.
Come on here to interrupt the episode.
Where the cleaning stuff?
It's in her phone.
Actually, go ahead, keep rocking.
Now you're making a good point about that.
Yeah, because we don't give black businesses enough chance. Every business has the growing pains. Whether it's black, white, Asian, Mexican, it don't matter. When you start your business, you go through growing pains.
You have to learn
You
never
learn
that mistake.
Yeah, you starting a business, you jumping out on a limb.
Yeah.
You don't know everything. You gonna make mistakes.
And that's why I feel like they hold like black businesses at like this crazy high standard with no room for mistakes.
Yeah.
And a lot of bad experiences that I've had with other black people with my business is been miscommunication. Going into the situation with the customer not giving me all the information that I need, you know what I'm saying? And then it comes a disconnect because we didn't communicate. So now I have to diffuse the situation and they're already hostile from the beginning. Oh, well, you didn't tell me this, you didn't blah 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 blah. And I'm like, well, look, here's the criteria. Here's everything I needed you to do, and you know, you didn't check off on any of these lists. Like, I'll give you an example for like a tire. If someone needs a tire, right? And say someone they know they live on a tight street, and they know where their car is parked, it's not going to be able to get to there, and they'll know it. I'll get there, and I'll call them. They'll come out like 5 minutes late, and I'll be like, hey, I can't get to your cars any type of way that, you know, we can maneuver that. And then it's a sing and a dance and a story, and now it's my fault. I'll take it on the chin. I'm like, you know what? I should have communicated better and asked you the situation where your car was at. But me thinking that you had the common sense to, you know, give me some type of like warning, this is a situation I was going into.
Which most customers don't.
Well, most customers don't. I can't fault them for that. But I think that's where it becomes the disconnect, is just communicating. And us as owners and people, we cannot bring emotion into it. Everything has to be emotionless. So like, you gotta pick and choose your fights. So is that one incident with the customer where they're 100% wrong, me snapping back for that instant gratification, is that worth the longevity of not having a customer, or, you know what I mean, that affect, or that a good reference. So those are things you have to think about, because I've had customers who are 100% in the wrong, and I gotta eat it. You know, like there's 100 times I want to address situations with the customer.
I'm just about to say that. How many times do you like have to take that on the chin before you snap?
I have yet to snap. There's plenty of times where I wanted to. And I've only had these situations with my people. When I deal with like other people, they're just very understanding of everything. They already like, they don't ask for discounts. They don't, you know, they tip. And I just feel like when I'm dealing with like certain customers, they just expect that like I'm just some nickel and dime guy just doing this. I'm like, nah, I'm a legit business, and I want that same respect. You know what I mean? Like, I'm never gonna ask somebody for a tip, but like I just spent 2.5 hours on your car. You know?
I apologize.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I don't tip.
You know.
But I'm not asking for a discount or nothing either.
No, exactly. So it's just like, and then you look at it, and then like you pay the bare minimum, and you go on your way. And I don't take it personal, because it's business, it's not personal. But me personally, I wouldn't do that to somebody. You know.
That makes me feel better. I don't tip the white people either. So.
I mean, I tip everybody.
I'm consistent across the board.
I try to tip everybody, but
if you don't got it, you don't got it.
Yeah.
It depends on, like, if I'm at a restaurant, we tip pretty well at restaurants. Me and my fiance tip pretty well.
Well, that's another thing too. I hate hearing like, oh, black people don't tip. Black people do tip.
Pretty well.
That's a bad stigma.
It's a bad stigma.
Terrible stigma.
It's a bad stigma. That, and I'm very punctual too with time. Like, I always try to make sure that I'm half an hour early to any appointment. We can't speak on, you know, some people.
Definitely on time today. He was on time for his podcast.
But yeah, like,
he was here at 5.
Well, because you never know the situation. You got traffic. You got traffic. Equipment could, you know, not be running the right way. Oh, you're a good co-host, man. He's a good guy.
Shout out to my co-host.
Good guy right here. You know,
it's my brother, man.
Even with I had a situation with Dave where I did his tires, and his light kept coming on. And you know, I went up and beyond to make sure that everything was good, because, you know,
as he did.
This is still a good rapport. I gotta keep that. Because I don't want to just be, oh, nah, fuck it, I got the money now. You on your own, nigga. like nah.
I will say the good thing about, you know, knowing somebody that actually is going to take care of your car and be professional with it. Because like I said, I used rock a couple times for my car, one of my mom's cars. He cleaned out my mom's car at the Central, I think.
Central. Yeah.
And me knowing him, he had to take the car to the shop. So I know Jared. So I told my mom, like, man, like, you know, your mom will be cool. I know some people iffy about it. I take the car to the shop because, you know, I got my tools there where I can really get this clean how I want it to get clean. Now, I appreciate that, because he probably could have just did it out here, got it clean as good as he could out here, and just been cool with that. And I'm pretty sure we would look at it and be like, nah, this is way better than what it was. But just him being who he was and being passionate about what he do, he's like, nah, I want to take it to the shop. But that's also him saying, you know, I value you as a customer. That I want to do the best job I can because I know if I do a good job, everything's about word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like I said, anytime anybody mention a car, I'm like, oh, let me hit my boy up. And then my boy do this, let me hit Rock up. I don't call him about mad people. I can't say everybody I call him about. I actually do business with him.
I've had enough people call
but
me
like
Isaiah.
I'd be like, look, just call him. Say I told you to call him Isaiah, Chalk, whatever. You gonna know who it is. I sent you, and yeah, he'll take care of you. You do this shit.
And that's one thing, like, as a generation that we have that's good is social media. It's good and it's bad. But on the great side about it is free promotion.
Free.
Yeah.
Very free.
You know, you have Twitter, you have Instagram, you have Facebook, YouTube. You can even TikTok now.
Snapchat.
All that stuff. It's all free promotion. So like, there's no reason why you cannot make money off your craft.
Yeah.
You know, even the people who do T-shirts and hats and stuff like that, you have so many avenues to sell. It's just, do you want to do it?
Right.
That's what it really comes down to. Do you want to do it? Do you have the drive to consistently do this? Like, you know, there's gonna be days where I don't feel like posting. I ain't gonna post today. Nah, you gotta post.
Yeah.
It's like a job.
You gotta post. You have to post because if you don't, nobody's gonna do it for you. And
And I got good friends. The hardest part we gotta deal with is understanding that everybody you're close with not gonna support you.
oh no,
Not, and I ain't gonna say not gonna support. Some of them might not, but they're not gonna support how you feel they should.
And that
And you
part
can't
right
take
there
that
is-
person.
you can't feel.
But that part right there is the biggest disappointment.
Explain.
You definitely elaborate on that.
Repeat
'Cause
what
I-
you just said.
Everybody you're close with not gonna support the way you feel they should.
So if I'm with you every day, but in my eyes, I feel you slacking a little bit on like how you can support, but I don't tell you that, that's gonna hinder the relationship. Unsaid though.
Unsaid.
Okay.
Okay.
So
But
if
is
I'm
that-
going through the motions in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
fuck that, fuck the disappointment, it then becomes personal. Fuck business is out of it. So once it's become personal, then it's like our relationship's into it. Then once that, then the slightest thing, once it gets to a certain point, the slightest thing can make you bring up shit
Everything.
that happened
Mm-hmm.
that you were just nipping in the bud the whole time, where you wouldn't if that one incident didn't happen.
Okay. I
And
never.
that's important because sometimes you may be keeping relationships around you that you're harming on yourself, whereas you may think it.
Because you feel like they're not
Yeah.
supporting. I can see that. The only reason why I don't take it personal is because it's possible for you to support me, but not support what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be a fan of everything. We cool.
But there's nothing wrong
I'm not
with
gonna be a fan of everything you do.
Yeah.
So if somebody don't share my podcast,
Mhm.
don't like it, don't comment, and I'm
Yeah.
cool with you,
Yeah.
that's your prerogative. My issue where it comes in is if then you now get something
Mm-hmm.
and then you try to come at me like, oh, well, you don't support, you ain't share this.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, now,
Mm-hmm.
just because I don't say nothing, I don't care, don't mean I don't notice. So now when you bring it back to me, I'm like, whoa, wait. Because I went through the situation, I don't say no names, it's family.
Mm-hmm.
I went through the situation where somebody came at me like that. And I'm like, whoa, wait. I mean, I've been shooting a podcast for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this. You ain't share, like, comment, nothing.
One share goes
nothing.
a long way.
A long way. I was like, I never said nothing to you. I'm cool. I don't, and I felt no type of way.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't share your shit because I didn't see it. I shared everything. If I know somebody that's doing something, I share the shit.
Mm-hmm.
I might not even comment, like it. Sometimes it might be shit I don't even watch or go look at.
You just
Because
do it.
I know you, I
Just
share
do
it because I know it may be, I got 1,000 friends and somebody on my friends might look at it and be like, oh shit,
Mm-hmm.
let me go check this out. That's the
Yeah.
point of a share.
I
But don't bring that energy. If you don't reciprocate that, that's what I'm like. If you don't reciprocate that, don't bring it my way. Because I didn't come at you when you didn't do it, but now you want me to do it. I'm like, but you didn't do it. So how are you expecting something you don't get?
I was like that for a long time, and my partner actually broke it down to me. that you cannot hold people to the same expectations that you hold yourself to. And that's a big thing. Because, you know, I have people who I know personally that, like, you know, I call friends. Yeah, we spoke about that do not support me. They don't repost, they don't share, they don't advertise, they don't even come and get business service. And you gotta take that on the chin. Because
270s?
now I'm like, all right, I can't expect anything from you. Point blank period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I have to take my personal feelings out of that and just let it rock. Like, oh, all right, you went to the Mavis to go get new tires. All right, that's what's up. You know what I mean? Oh, you went to the car wash. That's what's up. You know what I mean? That's what you decided to do. I can't hold anything against you because it's your money. That's what you want to do with it. But just know when, you know, you need something or want to do something, I'll be there. I'll support you.
This is who you, and that's when we do that a lot. Like, even when people do shit to us, and the real reason why we be so hurt, the first thing we always say is, I would have never did that to you. And it's like, you can't hold that person to that same standard.
No, you can't.
Because you never know what they going to, which made them do that, or why they did that. What's going on in their life to why they just did something uncharacteristic.
Well, because the most piece of shit answer to that is, oh, I didn't ask you to do that.
You ain't complaining when I did it.
You know what I mean? That's where, oh, I didn't ask you to do that for me. Like, all right, okay. You know, but, so, yeah, no, you have to separate that.
Yeah,
because you will, you know, you'll be in your feelings. And, you know, being in business, you can't be in your feelings. You can't. And
anything you doing.
Anything. In relationships, sometimes you gotta take yourself out of what you think is doing right, because you think you could be doing it 100%, but you're not paying attention to how you're doing it could be affecting somebody else.
That's a fact.
You know,
That's definitely a fact.
because you know, you're about to get married, I'm about to get married. You know how you gotta compromise. You know what I mean? Like, it's little things as putting the fucking toilet seat down. Like, I don't sit down on the toilet, I'm taking a shit. But like, you know, the toilet seat has to be down.
Yeah.
You live on your own, you know that toilet seat don't go down like that.
But see, I grew up with all women. So
Or that too, yeah.
I grew up with all women, so the toilet seat, I'm already accustomed to that. Now, compromise, that's the one right there. That's the one right there. I want to put a break in the show real quick. Shout out to my cameraman, Josh. He went and cleaned off my fiance's car for me. My guys, well, been here, bro. Clap. You know, we're going to do the drink champ shit. We're going to clap it up for the cameraman. My God. Totally appreciate it.
He don't know he paying me for that, but he'll know.
Oh, no, I got you, bro. I got you. You want a bottle? No, I got you.
Don't do that.
How do you feel like about people expecting rewards for helping?
Define helping. Like helping.
Before you answer this question, I wanna say I hope you don't bullshit this fucking question, cause me and Dave has talked about some shit that people do that we both not really a fan of. But go ahead.
When you say support, what do you mean, like people are lesser than?
Yeah. Or even as equals.
It's different. It's
Okay.
a different level.
Well, give me an answer for lesser than.
Because if it's lesser than, then it's like, what place does it come from? Does it come from a place of, I'm going to exploit you by showing I'm helping you? Or is it going to come from a place like, I really care for you, so I'm going to do this?
A.
If it's A, then you fuck, the intent is wrong, and then that fucks it all up.
What about B?
B is the intent to do good is there, so it's always, whether you get it back from that person, the universe will repay.
It will bring it back to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel the same way?
Like I said, me and Dave talked about this before. I'm really not a fan of I know people personally that do it. I'm not a fan of people that do something for, let's say, oh, I had this guy, I seen this homeless guy down.
Oh, they put it on camera?
And they put it on camera. Or they do it and they write a long paragraph on Facebook about exactly what they did. I'm not a fan of that. Because that shows me you already did the deed. Now that shows me that you want to go on social media and you want attention and gratification and you want to be celebrated for doing it. I'm not a fan of that.
But that right there starts with intent. You went
exactly.
You did it with the intention of
telling
people to get clapped for.
That's what I agree with. I'm not a fan of that at all.
Because
I don't do that.
We've done so many like jobs for free just to help people out and just like off the just like driving by and seeing some shit and just doing it. You know, and not once have I ever thought like, let me bring my phone out or let me go on Facebook and just type what the fuck I just did.
Now, for you, here's the flip side. As a business owner, that's great marketing and promotion. Personally, I don't like it. For a business, that is excellent marketing and promotion to promote your business and say, you know, we support these kind of companies. We're doing this for the community.
Well, the customers do that. That's where that comes from.
Oh,
so if I did that, yes, word of mouth. So if I say a lady had a blowout and she wanted her spare tire on, and all she wanted was her spare tire, I'm not gonna charge her for her spare tire on at the time being. So we put the spare on for her, and she's looking to give me money. No, I don't want money. You know what I mean? And I go off. She takes a picture of the truck, puts it up like all these guys. They helped it, man. They saved me. Boom. That right there brings me.
That's enough.
Enough.
Yeah.
That's enough.
And that relationship. So anytime she think about a tire, car needs to be fixed,
she's going
to the first person she think of.
Exactly.
So
you know, that's the things, you know, and it disgustes me when I see people doing stuff like that. I just gave this person $25. They told me that they needed this for that and the third. All right, so what? Keep that between you and them.
I hate that.
You know.
I hate that.
Or even using like when people were selling like Kobe and like knit merchandise. I thought that was just so devious, man. Like
that's the world we live in.
Like capitalizing off of that shit.
It's all capitalizing. It's all capitalizing.
Like when I die, don't put me on a t-shirt, man.
Like I'm really not a fan of that. Like,
don't airbrush me.
He said don't airbrush.
Yeah, please don't, man. And don't post no fucking picture from 2007. You know?
Yeah, alright.
Don't act like it was super cool.
Don't.
I'll bump the shit out you.
That one picture where we're at a party shaking hands. Like, don't put that up. I don't want no paragraphs from you, bro.
I don't fuck with you like that. You know you sold me for $50.
Yeah. Like, fuck that. But it's all about support though, at the end of the day, man. Support your family members, support your friends, give back, because it all counts. It really does, man. And those days, they get hard.
Yeah, I believe it.
They get hard, and like, you know, people will be like, they see me, oh, let me hold something. I see business is booming, and it's like, yeah, the business is doing well.
Yeah. That don't mean my pocket.
Exactly. Like everything's
doing great.
Regenerates right back.
It's crazy. I'm really sitting here thinking like if me and Jared talk more often than I think we do. Cause we done had a lot of these conversations before.
A lot.
And I'm like, when he tell me people say that, I'm like, I was a business major in school, so I'm like, well, you probably gotta pay for this, pay for that. You got a truck now. I got a venue now.
Yeah.
Gas. New tools and products. Tools get old. You gotta fucking stock on them. I'm like, you probably got a lot of overhead going into what you're doing, and you're a mobile service. You have a mobile service. That's a lot of overhead. Like you're paying for gas.
When you're
oil changes.
When you're working for somebody at a shop, you don't think about if I break this machine, how much I have to come out of my pocket for it, or if I run out of this type of solution, how much we're paying. You're just using that shit, and that's it. Like I have to account for every single thing out of my own pocket. So like if I'm looking good and I'm balling, my business isn't looking good because I'm being irresponsible with my money. Until I get to that peak where everything is where it's at.
The business is running itself.
Yeah, it's running itself. But like
I'm no longer working.
But when you're doing the groundwork, you have to keep putting money into the business. Because me and my partner, we could every day split our pay that we made for the day and go on our days. But you know what happened? We won't have money to pay for the truck to get fixed. We won't have money for insurance. We won't have money for the rent for the building. We won't have money to get a new air compressor if the air compressor goes.
And you know what that is? At that point, y'all not running a business. So
no, you're just
two niggas fixing cars, getting money for it. Like how they want to treat y'all sometimes.
That's how they want to treat us. And so like now what I've been doing lately is like when I go on calls and stuff like that, I just act like I'm the employee. You wouldn't even know I'm the owner.
Smart.
I just go, do my job, you know, and keep my head down and work. People will just say, "Oh, well, you'll tell your boss to do a good job." I will. You know, have a good day. He's cooking.
Stressed though.
All right.
That nigga ain't saying more than on the whole that episode. This nigga high as shit. That nigga don't know where he at.
You know it's real. He took the hat off. That's how you know like he got
Hoodie came off.
My boy going through it. You know, I ain't
Yo,
water.
good.
He said, "I'm good."
They got water right there. This shit good.
He got one right there too. He
Nah,
good.
so we're gonna roll all the way back. So, because I don't think we touched on this. What made you start the business? Like, what gave you the idea, or like ignite the idea? Like, you know, I can kind of make this a business and make money off of it. Where did the idea come from? How did you? Like,
So on my end, at the time, I was a vendor at a dealership. So I was a manager of a detail shop. And so I was putting in a lot of work into somebody's company that wasn't mine, but I was running it. Yeah, so I was running it like it was my company. And so when COVID hit, they basically, the dealership was like, all right, well, you know, we're gonna lay everybody off, whatever. So everybody got laid off. So the company called me like, all right, well, you know what I mean, we're just gonna sit you down for a little bit. I was like, all right, that's cool. So I immediately got right back to work. I was doing like my, you know, my mobile detailing and stuff like that. And at the time, my partner was actually a vendor as well, but he had his own company, and they dropped his contract because of COVID. So at first, we were just doing details by ourselves, and you know, I started buzzing and getting more hits and stuff like that. And I couldn't take on all the work by myself. So I picked the phone up, I called him, I said, hey man, what are you doing? Like, you know, let's do this thing together. So we got together and we brought his customers together and my customers together, and we made more money. And then the company called me again and said, hey, we're opening the dealership back up, we need you to come back. At the time, I'm like, all right, I have to go back because I still have responsibilities I need to pay for. Like, this petty cash was cool, but like, it's time to go back to work. So when I went back to work, the energy was different. You know what I mean? I couldn't get the staff back that I had before because everybody's collecting unemployment, nobody wants to work, and we're in the middle of a pandemic, so I can't make anybody come to work.
And honestly, if you were collecting unemployment, you're getting an extra $600.
Exactly.
You're making more than you was making actually working.
Exactly. So it's hard to convince somebody like that. And then who am I to tell you to come back to work? So I'm in there by myself, working these crazy hours, getting all this work done, and you know, I'm not getting anything out of it. Like, nothing. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, I was just doing this for my own. So why can't I do that? And the only thing that holds you back is fear.
Yeah.
Because like you said, bills.
Bills, you know what I'm saying? Responsibilities. And, you know, once you overcome that fear, and you have to have a good support system. Like, my fiance is a very good support system. She holds me down.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to her. So once I had that adult conversation with her about like, this is what I want to do, it happened. But I just didn't jump into like, you know what, I'm just going to start my own business and not have that conversation because, you know, it's a big thing. It's just not like a phase.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm going to start a business and then, you know, maybe I'll go work somewhere else after this. Like, no, it has to be a full-time commitment. So you have to have those uncomfortable conversations multiple times with your life partner. Those are very important because it's a decision that both of you are making because things have to be adjusted. So
and it's not going to be profitable to start.
It's not. And that was big. But luckily, you know, I'm pretty good with saving money. So, you know, I had a couple dollars for a rainy day. But so that was it. I you know, tied my boots up and I said, you know what, you know, fuck this company. I'm out. I'm doing it myself. And then, you know, me and my partner, we got serious and we got our LLC. And that's what it was. And it was just detailing at first. It was just detailing, and we were just, you know, knocking it out.
People don't know.
Knocking it out.
It's another bill.
You know?
Yeah.
And then boom, it went from somebody just saying, hey, you have a power washer. Can you power wash my house while you're here? And we're like, oh, I can make money off of that. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do power washing too. So those two things just ran into each other, and then just seeing people's cars and knowing the necessities that they need. It's like my partner was like, yo, I really want to get into used tires, doing tires. And at first I was like, nah, man, like I don't really want to do that because it was me being uncomfortable. So it wasn't something I was comfortable with.
Which means you should do it.
So then I was like, you know what? I got faith in you. You seem really passionate about this. So I'm going to back you on it. That's the least I can do. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not too sure about it, I'm still going to back you on it.
Which I think, I ain't gonna lie, like, I think what y'all doing is ingenious. I think it's hella innovative. I've never heard of a mobile tire service.
Facts.
Like, if you get a flat tire, we'll come to you with a new tire. A good tire will come there, take your tire off, put the new tire on, and you can just pay us.
Yeah, and we
For
mount
the
and
tire and
balance
the
it.
service. And y'all mount and balance it.
And,
That's
you know,
crazy because anytime you get a tire, you gotta go to a tire shop to get that done.
And-
To have a mobile tire service, like I think that's innovative.
And that's the thing that
shit.
because we've been in dealerships and stuff like that, we know the stress that people go through with service. So like, you know, every time you take your car to the shop, somebody's trying to get more out of you. Oh yeah, you know, I noticed that, you know, you
noticing some shit.
do need 2 tires, but you need oil change, air filters, and something else. We could do that for you. No, we're just gonna come do what we need to do, and you could be in your house drinking your coffee in the morning, and you won't even know I'm here until the job is done. Everything's touchless because of the situation that we're in, so we send you an invoice. And if we have any problems, just give us a call. And that's how we're building our name, you know what I mean? And it took some time, but it's here. And it's just really the punctuality and the consistency that we strive off of with our customers and the company. And it just feels good that you could be in your house, you know, not having to drop your car off at the shop to get detailed or get your tires changed. And could you imagine coming out at, you know, about to go to work and boom, now you have 2 flats in your car? What are you going to do? You going to call a tow? You only got 1 spare tire.
Yeah, you only got 1 spare. So you got to call a tow, and that's extra money right there.
They tow companies are the biggest scams besides funeral homes.
Motherfuckers charge $20 a mile or some shit.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll be damned if my family pays 10 grand for putting me in some pine. You know what I mean? I want my niggas to smoke me.
They cremate me.
Just
Think it's out.
Like how high.
So yeah, that's what that was. And like, even in a business, like when you have a partner, there are going to be things that you don't want to do, or you think that isn't, like you think that's not going to work, that you have to kind of just take the back seat and let things play out, because you're not always right.
Yeah.
So what I may think is wrong doesn't mean that it's right. You know what I mean? And vice versa. So that's where we get along well with me and my partner. That we're 2 different people, but we're strong minds, so we can build off each other. And that's what makes the business so successful. Is that, you know, we spend a lot of time on the phone talking to each other. We say we overplan, but every time we overplan, it ends up working out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was the thing for getting into the company. And I don't plan on working for anybody else anytime soon, or period. Not, you know, you never know what happens in life. So I can't say I'll never work for anybody.
You get a couple dollars.
You know.
Tuck the pride to the side.
Exactly. Like someone wants to buy the company for like a substantial amount of money. I'm not gonna be like, no, I want to keep this. This is my pride and joy. Like, nah, if somebody's gonna give me, you know, $24 million for something, I'm gonna take that $24 million and make another company.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what a lot of these millionaires and billionaires do. They build these crazy companies up, and then somebody come in and say they want to buy it, or
another thing. Did you see the thing about DC Young Fly and Wildin' Out on MTV?
Yeah.
I think he was stupid for that.
That's a new take on it too. That's
That's
crazy.
definitely a different take. I had a lot of respect for him for doing that.
Only
Opportunity was crazy, but I felt like as far as long-term career and opportunities, I think he set himself up nice. Only because we don't give Nick Cannon the credit for who he really
Well, the
is.
thing is, he could have still did that, and he could have been cutting Nick a check. Like if you my man's right, if I build something, if me and you build something from ground up, right, and they're like, all right, yo, we don't need you no more, or we don't need him no more. Me and you have to be able to come to a conversation. It's like, look, pride aside, they want you, they don't want me. Take that, but just hope, like, you know what I mean. That you're gonna like, if I'm DC Young Fly, I'm gonna take this, but I'm gonna cut Nick this check every single time. So if they giving me $8 million, I'm gonna give Nick 2. I'm gonna take this 6, and then I'm gonna work with this 6 because the 6 is gonna make me
But where
more.
does the ego come in? Where it's like that's Nick's. The difference is Nick built that. DC Young Fly got on season 10.
But he rebirthed it. He rebirthed it though, just like how Cat Williams did it.
Him, not alone, on Carlos Melo.
Carlos, yeah, D. Ray Davis.
Yeah, like
So like, yeah, Nick's a mastermind, but like, you know,
I can get that. I can get that thinking if he was going to say like, you know, we're going to just to be able to keep this in house, and I'm gonna still pay you for it. But
just as a business mind, I think that could have been handled that way.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? I could be wrong.
I respected the way he did it because
I
just think wilding out without Nick Cannon looks weird. Because wilding out is Nick Cannon. It's his it's his idea, and it's like you can put somebody else and have them run it. It just wouldn't be the same. I don't think it would be the same because Nick Cannon is Nick Cannon. Without Nick Cannon, if you run Wildin' Out and just have DC Young Fly, like how many celebrities can you get on there? Is he getting that same respect where I can go get Rick Ross? I can go get all of these. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
The way
that's what I'm saying. Like we're not giving Nick Cannon that credit.
Well, no. But you have to understand the way the game is set up now. It's all about who's hot in the clout. So like, you got DC Young Fly. He can get those people in there because of.
I think he gets certain people. The higher echelon people.
He's not gonna get Jay-Z. Hell no.
No, but Nick Cannon can't even get Jay-Z. Jay-Z ain't going to Wild Out.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Jay-Z do a fucking interview.
DC Young Fly.
Jay-Z ain't been on a Breakfast Club in a decade.
He could get like Rick Ross. He could get Meek Mills on there.
I think he can get Meek possibly. I don't know if he can get Rose.
He probably get Rose. I think personally. I don't think
he can get Rose. I think if Rose did it, it's because Rose would want to do it.
I feel like
Ross a little upper echelon more than we give him credit for.
Where DC at right now, he's like on a whole nother level.
He's on a rise.
Yeah, like he's on a big rise, especially with his stuff with Chico Bean and all them. Like
their podcast,
everything. Like he's on a rise. Right, I feel like he can get the talent. He's not gonna get like the upper talent,
that's
like we were saying, but he's gonna get talent.
Crazy, like like are they getting Chance the Rapper?
Yeah, probably.
No, fuck no.
Probably.
Fuck no.
Probably. I would say
that's all Nick.
I feel like they won't get a lot now because of what happened.
I don't even think they would even have met Chance the Rapper.
Without Nick?
No chance.
I can see that.
What a
no pun intended.
I even think that's crazy.
No pun intended, but I'm just saying. Like,
that was my hot take on that DC Young Fly thing. I definitely think
that's the first time I heard that one.
They could have capitalized off of that as a team. Like, listen, they think they're gonna fuck us. No, what we're really gonna do is we're gonna fuck them.
I think also, I remember DC Young Fly is still young in the business, and I also think it was smart for him because I don't think he's in a position yet to be able to run a business like that.
You think he would run that? You think he would have peaked right there?
Possibly, or he would have fucked it up. I don't know if he's ready to be able to run that kind of platform.
Yeah,
and run that kind of business.
I don't think he would have fucked it up. I think they wouldn't get the talent that they had because how they did Nick. I think it would have just been. It wouldn't be like a more of a black show. I think we would have lost hella talent.
DC take it, and then it's like, is everybody that come on the show regularly coming back? Because now it's like, we not. A lot of them felt that way. We're not doing this without Nick.
Yeah.
Nick gave them opportunities that nobody else did. Like, put them on.
He pays.
Yeah, he paid. He put them on. The way they talk, I don't know if he paid super crazy, but it's the opportunity is to be on TV and they get their name bigger than what it was. Like,
yeah, that's true.
I mean, look at Cat Williams. Fucking Wildin' Out did wonders for Cat.
Wonders for him. Afion Crockett.
He fucked it over eventually. Afion Crockett.
Cat's just a different person.
Cat is Cat. That nigga, he's a legend, but he just
Cat's Cat. You said
too much of a nigga.
Cat is Cat. You said
too much. He couldn't be industry. He too much of a hood nigga. He just.
I mean, it's not for everybody.
It ain't. It wouldn't be for me.
Nah, me neither, man.
Wouldn't be for me.
Give me the money. I don't want the fame.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like
much weird shit.
Yeah, these niggas, man, they can't even pour coffee out on the ground without getting harassed.
So that's why behind the camera, never in front.
That's
Always
it.
behind. That's why I want.
You alright, Dave?
But no. You good over here? You can rub your head though.
You been rubbing it. Yeah, I'm about to say.
Wrap it up.
Coach All American?
Cuz
Yo.
But I do, as far as entrepreneurship in our community, I do see a shift where a lot of people are trying to support, but also find their way into, becoming their own entrepreneur in their own way. Where they're starting to see the importance of it, which I think is good for us because, like I said, other races are taught that at a young age. They see it at a young age. We're not seeing that at an efficient clip.
Yeah, they move
not
the goalposts.
Successfully.
They move the goalposts. It's not fair. You gotta remember, man. Like 1958 wasn't too long ago.
I don't want to talk about that.
So,
I'm sure it wasn't.
And they don't put black historians in the record books like they should. I can go on and on about that.
We literally created and
a lot.
built
This country.
everything. Fuck a lot.
Talk heavy.
Everything.
You got to think about it at a time where a lot of these super innovative inventions were coming.
Oh, they all just
to
came.
fruition?
Yeah, they just got stolen from.
Yeah, we were considered 3/5 of a man, slaves. We didn't have rights. So, you came up with this crazy idea, but since I own you, this idea is mine.
So it's my idea.
That's America now, though.
Yep.
They do that. That's why, you think, they have these think tanks with these companies, and they take all these great ideas from these people, and they just use them. Like, all right, that's a $1 million idea, but we're still going to pay you your $80,000 a year.
Yep. Ain't gonna make billions off of the idea.
Billions. Work for yourself, people.
Yep.
It's fast.
Shout out to dude on Acrimony. He refused to sell his idea
What
for
happened?
crumbs.
What happened?
You ever seen Acrimony? The movie? You gotta watch it. Dude on there struggled for years. It's more so about the relationship with his wife, but what I got from it was he was an inventor. He built this crazy ass battery that has superpower that he was working on for decades. He just stayed dedicated to it. And when he was about to quit, he finally got a hit on it. They wanted to buy the idea from him. Said, we'll give you $40 million for this idea, $10 million for this idea. Like, this is a wonderful idea or something like that. It might have been way less than that. And he was like, no. Like, I want to be a part. Like, you're going to take my idea and give me $800,000, then you're going to go make billions off of it when you put it in the market. He turned him down.
That's smart. Yeah, that's
Turned him down. Fucking basically lost his wife. A couple months later, they called him back. Like, yeah, we need this product. Like, we'll bring you on with it, and you'll be able to get your income and make the money. So basically, you'll be the face of the idea. This is your product.
That's
how it goes.
But they, like I said, he was a black man. But that's the type of shit they do. Because if you come to somebody who coming from the areas we come from, coming from the kind of money that we don't come from, if you tell me you got this great ass idea, and I understand, like, you got this idea, but you don't have the money and the support to back it. Make it
that's
make profit
what comes into
the way it should. So we'll pay you $2 million and just give it to us, and we'll make it flourish.
We'll take care of it.
And in your head, you're like, oh shit, $2 million?
What?
Cool. I ain't never seen that much money in my life.
That's exactly how they do it.
Not thinking that if they're gonna give you $2 million for this idea,
how much is it really?
The idea may be worth $500 million.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm keeping my product.
Yeah.
Because you'll be back. You'll be back.
always come back.
If you want me back, I will find somebody else that's willing to pay for me and the product, and I get my profit from what I create.
And you just gonna be mad because
they're gonna buy it there. You can get your $2 million, and then you're gonna be mad looking at your product with billions for them.
Mm-hmm.
Sick, punching air.
That's what happened with McDonald's. That's the crazy part.
McDonald's, right?
Yeah, McDonald's.
Yeah, I seen that documentary.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Why you keep looking at the clock, Dan?
This nigga high.
Nah, it's in red. It's in the red.
Oh, it's in the red? Oh, okay.
Nah.
We always go.
Oh, we on the red?
That joint only lasts an hour.
This one.
Karen was good.
He good.
Yeah, nah, man. Yeah, that McDonald's documentary was big.
Yeah.
That was tough.
That was crazy. Yes.
Niggas, they still broke, aren't they?
Yeah, bro. They broke.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
What?
McDonald's everywhere.
McDonald's
Every 2 miles.
Every 2 miles, bro.
Like a liquor
All
store.
around the world.
Literally, bro.
That's crazy.
Literally, bro. That's what I'm just like. But we don't understand business. That's why we would give our ideas away. We're not accustomed to seeing that kind of money.
It's all about right now.
We're not accustomed to understanding how to negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
None of that. So it's like now when you start seeing the shift, it's good. We still got time, a lot of growth to do. We still talking about a lot of dumb shit, but just the fact that a lot of people are talking about being entrepreneurs is a good start.
Well, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you got to know there's not going to be instant gratification.
And that's the next step of it.
Mm-hmm.
Shit takes a lot of work.
There's
That's
a
why a
lot
lot
of
of people get into it and don't last long.
And they
They're
just
like,
fall
shit.
right out.
Because it takes so much work.
Mm-hmm.
Way more work than just going to get a job.
Facts.
Get a job, I got one duty.
Fill the application
And I
out and get the interview.
And I'm guaranteed to get my $20 an hour.
Yeah, you got your 40 hours of vacation time, your 401k, your sick days, your job security, and okay life insurance or health insurance.
Super okay tonight.
Life insurance is trash.
And you know people are okay with that,
Which is cool.
which is fine.
But me? Nah.
You sleep 8 hours a day, so I'm not gonna spend another
8.
yeah.
That's 2/3 of my day gone.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping and making somebody else rich.
Don't add up.
They don't.
If somebody's telling me my time is only worth $20 an hour.
Not even 20 because if you take away from
Taxes.
and Social Security,
Health
health
insurance,
insurance and stuff.
401k, all that
Yeah,
shit.
it might be about 14.
Yeah.
About 14. Oh, don't forget your
and Jay-Z making
don't forget about your lunch break.
100,000 a second. You got me fucked up.
Jay-Z's selling weed now. Legally.
Legally.
Full circle.
It's in full circle.
It's full circle, bro.
So just got away scot-free.
That's what we doing. We call it Jay-Z.
Yeah, we got you. He's the GOAT.
Shout out to who?
Shout out to
You alright there?
Shout out to Hov.
Fucked up over here. Ain't saying shit the whole episode.
He been in his own world, bro. Only time he answered when Jay
Somebody rubbed
talking.
their wigs down so much in my life.
Nigga melting, bro.
Ain't got no brush.
You alright?
I'm good, bro.
You know,
You good?
How was your Valentine's Day?
I
You
can't.
gonna want? You gonna? Okay.
Relax.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah.
Cut it. Man, Josh, chop that up.
Yeah.
Oh, now you up.
Well, he up now.
Yeah.
When niggas ain't your niggas, huh?
That's what niggas get up.
But nah, so where can you know, we're gonna put it in the handle of the YouTube page anyway.
Yeah.
But you know, let them know where they can find your business page. And
I have business. We have
how they
a
can make appointments.
we have a Instagram, Jackson Robinson LLC. You can go straight to that page and inquire about any of our business. We have a website that should be done by the end of the month, and that's where you can get all your quotes and stuff like that and contact us. Or you could find me on Facebook under Jared Robinson, or you could Ty Jackson, and just DM us and ask us anything that you need, and we can give you the information. Or you can contact Dave or Isaiah, and they will lead you to me.
I was about to say, you want us to willingly give out your number like that?
It's my business number.
Oh, okay.
You know. Oh, also, hold on. I gotta give my boy Sydney a shout out. So this right here is a jersey under the Black Hero League. My boy Sydney, he does it's a baseball team, like an all-star team, and he has like different cities, and he has he calls them Black Heroes. So every pillar of Black excellence. So every person has a jersey and there's different teams. So right now this is the Harlem team, and this is actually a Frank Lucas jersey. And people are like, oh, Frank Lucas was a drug dealer, this and the third. But what people fail to realize is Frank Lucas at that time gave people hope. He gave Black people hope. And that was big at the time in Harlem because we were actually on the downfall from the Roaring 20s and the Harlem Renaissance. We were cooking. We were cooking. We were living our best lives. We had the clubs, we had the banks, we had everything, and they took all that away from us. The Italians did. And so when Bumpy Johnson and Frank Lucas came into town, they combated that. Because everybody can look up to like Scarface and the Godfathers and stuff like that. But when it comes to us, we're not allowed to look up to these people. You know what I mean?
And he only snitched on cops.
Well, he snitched, but he snitched on cops. But what Frank Lucas did, like I said, he gave people hope, he gave people jobs. He gave, you know what I'm saying, he gave us more leverage in the community. He protected us from them.
Yeah, that's back when drug dealers had a purpose.
A purpose. Like
morals and morals.
Morals, because they still serve it. It's a thin line.
Yeah, it's a super thin line. Because you can say morals, because I'm going to do this good for the people and try to bring some people up. But I'm also going to sell these drugs that's fucking destroying
the thing is, but you know what? He's going to buy a laundromat and a dry cleaners and a storefront, and he's going to put people who can't get jobs in those storefronts to run those things. But at the same time, he's running drugstore. So like, it's a counteraction, but it's still progressive than the Italians owning the whole full surface and then making sure Black people can't get any money. You know, and now they're paying off the cops, and the cops are destroying, businesses and houses and stuff like that. Now, I got him on payroll now. And it that was big for that time because it showed that we can overcome adversity like we always do. We've been overcoming adversity since we came off the boat, and we will continue to do that because they had a head start. They did. They had a crazy head start. And we're catching
no
up.
obstacles.
No.
They got that head start. We still got a bunch of obstacles in front of us. They got a clear straight run.
Clear straight run. And that's not a dig at anybody. It's just truth.
And anybody who fails to realize it's the truth, I'm just not having a conversation.
It's
Because I see selected.
They all try to counteract. You know what I mean?
Oh, I wasn't privileged. I had that's cool.
Black on black violence. That's my favorite one because
that's my least favorite one.
No, because
the sad part about
statistics. If you pull statistics up, it doesn't add up.
It don't add up. But also, if you understand anything about the crimes being committed, it's all about proximity. Black people live around black people. White people live around white people. Asians live around Asians. They all fucking kill each other.
No one ever talks about the triads.
They all kill each other. Because it's about proximity. It ain't about, but it's glorified. Ain't no such thing as white on white crime or Asian on Asian crime. It's only black on black crime.
Always.
That's nothing. We're gonna have that episode real soon.
Oh man, I can't wait for that one. But yeah, so shout out to Sydney and the Black Hero League.
Definitely. Okay, shout out to him.
You would like that. They have some really good. There's a really good merch. You too when you wake up. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure being here.
We definitely appreciate
I'll definitely.
Man.
You know what I mean? Call me back anytime.
Oh yeah.
Especially when Dave's not melting in the couch.
Your football takes are horrible sometimes.
Oh shit.
Oh, my football takes?
Yeah.
Oh, keep this rolling. I'm interested. What's going on?
What you mean? Why do you wake up?
Because I am. What's for bad take? What was the bad take?
You felt offended?
Yes.
You felt offended? That's crazy.
The slap it.
See, I thought a guy like you that's composed, you wouldn't.
What happened?
This might be a whole new episode.
That's crazy.
What's wrong with my Matt Stafford take? You think that was?
Do your thing.
Oh wow.
They love doing that.
Who's your quarterback?
Say some shit like that, and then just be like, do your thing.
Matt Stafford's my quarterback. Who's your quarterback?
It's a great pickup, by the way.
It is.
That's a great pickup.
It was a pickup.
He's a Falcons fan.
Yeah, he's a Falcons fan.
He told me he wasn't worried about anybody this year.
He's not. They're winning with 3 and. Man.
They're gonna blow that. They need to blow that team up.
No, Julio's leaving.
I love
Blow that team up.
And then Matt Ryan, what? He has 2 more years of.
Matt Ryan probably might be going this year too.
You think so?
Probably
Who
next year. I think next year.
Yeah, who wants him though?
Yeah, he got some suitors.
Where? Bears?
He got some suitors.
I can see him.
He'll be an upgrade in LA.
Definitely be an upgrade to San Fran.
Fuck, he'll be an
Who?
upgrade.
Matt Ryan?
Oh, what? Upgrade from Matthew Stafford? Yeah.
Okay.
You should cut it.
No.
You can cut it.
What?
How the hell we? I'm not gonna disagree with that. But my only issue with him saying that is that he don't like Matt Ryan, so I don't like the fact that he's stirring the pot. He's trying to stir the pot. He don't like that.
Emotional.
He don't even like. I'm the only Matt Ryan fan in the fucking room.
I liked him until the Super Bowl.
We can cut.
Super Bowl. But I didn't want to cut.
We can cut.
Why?
We can
Was it
cut.
23?
No, you know he got to end his own.
No, what happened? No. What happened during the Super Bowl?
We can cut.
Because the Super Bowl, I watched Matt Ryan play flawless.
We can cut.
We can talk about Shanahan.
Shanahan.
We talk about the offensive line getting holding calls and crunch movers.
We can cut.
We talk about a lot of things.
We
Matt Ryan made every
talk
throw
about it.
necessary.
Oh, they ran the
Yeah,
ball
we can.
twice. They ran the ball twice.
Yeah.
And then
With the lead, in field goal range, they chose to pass the ball. And guess what happened on the play on the hold? Matt Ryan threw a dime for a first down. Holding, bring it back 10.
Bro, that was the
We don't want to talk about that stuff, but we want to talk about Matt Ryan.
That was the fakest yawn I ever seen.
No mistakes.
Right.
That's cool. We can cut it in the zone.
Or
Niggas don't want to talk about the facts.
Yeah, I mean.
Niggas don't want to talk about the facts. I remember the game.
Or Carson